There we go. Also, anyone can do this business. I just like to tell everyone that. Okay, so we are doing a nutrition call tonight. Thank you so much for hopping on. I would love for you to post in the chat your name, who invited you, and where you're from. Okay, so that I can save the chat, and then that gets you entries for the raffle that we're raffling off. So I'm raffling off a couple things. One is this crossbody bag that I'm obsessed with. I know Sydney's on here. Sydney actually just hopped on and she checked out with this. So if Sydney, if you get picked, I can give you something else. But it's like a Lululemon dupe where I wear it like this. And this has replaced my purse. And I love it. So it is full of lots of really awesome goodies. It's got some beach bars in it. It's got some Energize. It's got Bevy, which is our nighttime munchie juice. Obsessed with that. And what else? Energize, all kinds of good stuff. So make sure you post you in the chat where you're at. And if you see anybody that's hopping on or anything, you guys can just help me out and kind of putting that in the like coaches throughout the thing a couple times. If you see people hopping on, the numbers changing, just remind people, hey, make sure you drop your name in here in the chat and who invited you to be entered to the raffle. If you can help me out with that, because I'm too squirrel to be thinking about that. So once you do that, I am going to go through my 5 tips for meal planning, my 5 tips for meal prepping, and then we're just going to do a quick Q&A, and then I've got one other thing that I'll cover at the end. But anybody feel overwhelmed right now with nutrition? And like, please be honest. Be honest. If you do, if you don't know where to start, I've got Ashley, I've got Sydney, I've got a lot of people that aren't showing their faces but are saying yes. Okay. That was me. And that is when I found this business, because I was like, okay, I feel like I should be eating clean. That's what everyone's saying, but I don't know what to eat. I don't know how much to eat. And that part was really overwhelming. So what you're going to do is you're going to download the Body app when you join us. If you are somebody that hasn't joined us yet, all of the nutrition plans are there. So I did a screen share and I sent it to a couple of my girls. But basically you download the Body app. You go to nutrition, you figure out if you want to do a flexible portion control plan, that's Portion Fix, or if you want to know what to eat based off of looking at your plate. And that's To Be Mindset. I typically say most people should start with Portion Fix, because looking at your plate, also you need to know how much portion sizes is. So it whatever works for you, but I typically tell my girls to start with Portion Fix. So then on the app, you can access the workouts, you can access recipes, you can access weekly meal plans that are literally thrown together for you, which is so nice. So let me grab my meal prep tips. And if you have specific questions or specific things you're struggling with, please post it in the chat here so that we can also help you. And we're here to give tips and values. Yes, we have things that work and that have helped us. You know, I've lost 50 pounds postpartum twice. My sister, I've helped her. And she did this program. She did the work. She lost 111 pounds. We have since helped over 4 or 5 people on our team lose 100 pounds. I know Tanya's lost 50 pounds. So it works. So one is plan ahead. Fail to plan to fail, right? Okay, I don't know why I can't get all my meals together. Well, honey, what are you eating today? I don't know. Whatever I find in my car or whatever I get through the drive-through. I have no idea why you're not getting results. None, no idea. Okay, we have to plan. And as busy as you are, don't lie to me. What shows are you watching right now? How much time did you spend scrolling? Did you shower today? Okay, you have time. You can do it. All right. You prioritize what is important to you. I watched like 2 episodes of Suits last night with Matt. If I can do that, I can plan my meals. Okay. So take some time each week, sit down, plan out your meals for the upcoming week, look for recipes and meals that are high in protein, low in sugar. That's probably one of the biggest things that I'm really trying to focus on. And if you're following the meal plan, we have all the recipes right there that are going to be fit to your needs. Prepare a grocery list based on your meal plan to make sure you have all the ingredients. I also go through, I figure out what I'm eating based off of, usually I go to the Body blog and I figure out what I'm eating. I figure out my dinners first. And then I plug in my lunches and dinners, my lunches and breakfast. My breakfast is always Shakeology. I do things like hard-boiled eggs. I make like a dozen hard-boiled eggs at a time. 2 hard-boiled eggs is one red container, which is 1 serving of protein. I like to pair that with an apple. It's a quick, easy snack, a little bit of natural sugar, protein. good to go. Finding some easy snacks that are high in protein. Protein is usually what you're missing when you're feeling hungry. And that's what actually keeps us feeling fuller longer. If you want to post in the chat, some of your favorite go-to snacks or, meals for your busy life, feel free to post in there and help each other out while I'm doing this too. Batch cook or meal prep. I love doing this. I make a stir fry every single week. Actually, I haven't yet this week. I thought I was going to do that, but I ended up with 4 kids today and I was like, that's cute, April. So that didn't happen. But anyone that normally has 4 kids, good for you. I normally have 2, so that was double my chaos today. But I love to do a stir fry. I pick my protein. I like to do ground beef, and then I do zucchini, peppers, onions, some garlic. I saute it all, drain out the extra fat, and then I season it depending on how I'm feeling that week. Sometimes it's an Asian flair. Sometimes I put in a can of Rotel tomatoes and some Mexican spices. Like, it just depends on what I feel like. And then I portion it out and I pair it with like quinoa or rice, and I'm good to go for the week. It's so simple. It takes me 10 to 15 minutes. I've got a bunch of reels on my Instagram. I can send you how I do it. But I've got it down to a science where I can have 5 meals made in 15 minutes. So, and then I usually hard-boiled eggs while I do it. Okay. Quinoa, grilled chicken, lentils, portion them out and store in the fridge or the freezer. You can usually grab and reheat. And then number 3, incorporate quick protein sources. When time is limited, rely on easy and quick protein sources. I almost always grab a rotisserie chicken because I grab a rotisserie chicken. I can throw it on my salads. That's super simple. Like I said, the hard-boiled eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is becoming the new cauliflower. Is anyone else seeing this? It's like cauliflower everything, and now it's cottage cheese everything. I saw a recipe today that looks so good. She took a cup of cottage cheese, and then she took her like pasta sauce of choice. I love Rao's, RAO, because there's no added sugar. I always look for sugar in it's so sneaky. Like, you don't think there's sugar in spaghetti and pasta sauce, but there is. But Rao's sweetens it with carrots naturally. And then she put in some things like pizza and some, peppers, onions, and then cheese. And then she microwaved it. You can probably bake it, whatever, but she portioned it out. So then she's just doing that. You can add some spices and stuff. Tasted like pizza without the, the carbs. So just finding different ways and things that work for you. I don't know why my phone keeps dying, going blank. Okay. Keep them stocked in your fridge or pantry. Also a can of tuna, throw it on some salad. So easy, so simple. We don't have to be so when the beginning, especially when you're first getting started, keep it simple. Okay, here's a protein, here's this, here's that. Prepping vegetables in advance is also huge. I have a couple choppers. If you need anything else in your kitchen, I have a couple Amazon staples that I love that chop things up really quickly. And what I do is you can say, Alexa, play Jesus jams, and she will play Divine Sound Radio. I've got my Jesus jams going. I'm prepping my groceries. I am praising Jesus and getting ready to fuel my temple. That's me. That's my Jesus time is when I'm doing that. You can also put on a podcast you love. You can put on some good music and just have some me time. Okay. I always put on a podcast or something like that while I'm unloading the dishwasher, things like that too, just to keep my mindset right. And on our Body app, there's also a ton of mindset work too. So you can push play on your workout, push play on your mindset stuff, because if you're not listening to something positive, you're listening to the mean girl inside your head. I said this on a call the other day. I have named mine Brenda. Brenda is a total B. She is rude to me. She's mean. She says terrible things that you would never say to another human being, yet she lives rent-free in my house, in my house. What is it? My head. Anybody else have a Brenda that you're like, girl, stop telling me these mean things? So she's not going to go away. Trust me. I can tell you that. But you can police your thoughts. You can say no, that's not true. I recognize that you're saying that, Brenda. You're just being a B. I am incredible. So you need to be putting that positive mindset into you. And so that's why I encourage you to do the mindset stuff on Body. All right. Anyways, that was a big tangent about prepping vegetables. I just went way rogue there. Okay, so prepping them. And if you guys have any tips about prepping vegetables or anything you want to throw in the chat, feel free to do that. If you have any specific questions, I'm a creature of habit. I love zucchini, I love cucumbers, I love peppers, and I will chop them up and then I'll dip them in hummus or guacamole, or I'll throw them in my stir fries. But I have a rotation of 5 or 6 vegetables that I love. Carrots, my kids are pretty good at eating carrots. So I also try to get things that I know they'll have. And I like to pair a vegetable with a healthy fat. So it's either hummus or guacamole. Opt for convenient snacks is a busy you know, I write this as myself, but as a busy mom, as a busy person, you may find it, you know, hard to find full-time meals. So high protein, low sugar snacks. Some examples are Greek yogurt, protein bars, mixed nuts, cheese, and they help you feel energized and a little bit, you know, feeling good in between. I also love our beach bars. If you don't have those are great. Sydney checked out with those. I just had one right before this. It was, I have the mint chocolate chip. If you like thin mints, it tastes very similar to that. And then I put some peanut butter on top because chocolate and peanut butter is just my favorite. So it's protein, it's healthy fat, and I got my sweet tooth in. Okay. So if you have any questions about that, throw that in the chat. We've got a ton of people helping out. And if you're just hopping on, write out your name, who invited you in the chat so we can make sure that we get you entered into our raffle. Okay, so 5 tips for meal prepping. Plan your meals, decide on the meals you want. Also, again, I just think that this is important, so it's here again. And then make sure they're full of vegetables and protein. You can also, maybe you're not a huge vegetable fan, you can say you're making chili or you're making some soup or something. You can take your veggies and puree them and just put them in the sauce. So it's not like, you know, maybe it's a texture thing or whatever, but you can sneak them in. When I'm making my shake every day, I put spinach in because I can't taste it. I don't know it's there, but I've got a serving of veggies. When my zucchini starts to go bad, I slice it up and I throw it in the freezer, and then I put those in my shakes, and it makes it like a frosty consistency. You can't taste it. It's a serving of vegetables. You can use cauliflower rice. Seriously, if you are not putting if you're not putting veggies in your shakes, you are missing out, because anytime I can sneak it in, that's perfect. All right. Also, with your grocery list, make sure that I write it out and then I go through my fridge, freezer, and pantry, and I cross things out as I am looking at it, because without fail, I always think I'm missing black beans, and I'm never missing black beans. There's really 7 cans of black beans in my pantry right now. So I like to do that. I also actually plan my meals from what's in my fridge, freezer, and pantry. I always go and look at my protein first, and I plan my meals that way, because what's the most expensive thing you're buying? Your protein. Maybe you've got a bunch of chicken nuggets and you're like, you know what, this is like not the best thing that I should be eating. But you know what, if you make a chicken salad and you make salad that is full of vegetables, and you've got your chicken nuggets that, yes, they're probably not the best option, but it saved you some money and you're using what's in your fridge, you're still going to have results if you're portioning things out. Okay. So using up what you have, even if it's not the best options, you're still going to have results. Sheet pan meals. Has anybody ever done any sheet pan meals? I don't know why I don't do them so more often. You're like, yes, this is awesome. I love doing one. I do chicken, green beans, and potatoes. And it's like ranch seasoning packet, salt and pepper, and it's delish. It's so good. So if anybody has some sheet pan recipes that you want to share those. I will also save this chat and post it, but feel free to like copy anything that you love while you're here. Okay, so let's see. Toss your prepped veggies and protein on a sheet pan, olive oil, any seasonings like garlic, paprika, whatever. Roast in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. If you just want to have some veggies roasted for the week, a lot of times I'll do that. Anybody have an air fryer? I love that thing. Freaking love that thing. Okay, I don't even like mushrooms, and I have to share this garlic mushroom recipe that I threw in there, and then I added pasta, spaghetti sauce, and cheese on top of it. I felt like I was eating pizza. I'm like, this is mushrooms. Like, how is this even possible? So if you don't have an air fryer, you need one, and we can swap recipes in our group too. Mason jar salads. My sister always used to do this, and I was like, okay, I keep seeing her doing this. I need to do this. They last so long. Okay. So I love the salad spinner. I have a salad spinner to help like get some of that extra moisture out. But you basically will throw in your veggies, your salad mix. So dressing at the bottom, or you can just bring your dressing later. You don't have to shake it up. But dressing at the bottom, the hardest ingredients like firmer veggies or proteins, then layer in the less delicate. So leafy greens or toppings like nuts and seeds on the top. Seal the jar, and it's good for up to 4 days. So fabulous. Great idea there. Okay. Overnight oats. Anybody ever do overnight oats? They're so good and they're so easy. Okay. So I like to have my carbs for breakfast and lunch. We actually don't need carbs at dinner. You know, it's like you're ingrained. You're like, okay, I need my protein, I need veggies, and I need my starch for dinner. What are we doing? But guess what you're doing after dinner? Nothing. I mean, unless you're like a 10 p.m. workout, you know, kind of person, most of us are sitting on our butt. We're relaxing after a long day. We are not exerting much energy. Carbs are a great source of energy when you're doing things, but if you're not doing things, they're going to be stored in your body. So If you can make one shift and just focus on doing your carbs at breakfast and lunch and not doing carbs at dinner, doing things like spaghetti squash, doing things like zoodles or cauliflower rice. I take cauliflower rice. I throw 2 of those like little Laughing Cow cheese wedges, you know, like the really soft cheese, and salt and pepper and garlic powder. And it's risotto, but it's with cauliflower and it tastes delicious. And I can't even really say that I love cauliflower, but I don't really, I'm like, wow, this is so good. I could eat this every day. So just doing something like that will make a big difference. All right. So overnight oats, anyways, wow, I'm totally a squirrel today. I apologize for mason jar, resealable container, combine equal parts rolled oats in your choice of milk. So half cup oats, half cup milk. And that's usually enough for me because I'm usually pairing it with a shake. You could do 1 cup oats, 1 cup milk, see how that goes. Add a scoop of protein powder. I love to throw my Shakeology in there, or you can add Greek yogurt for added protein. Mix in your favorite toppings like chia seeds, berries, nuts. Allow the oats to soak overnight in the fridge. And then it's like, you don't even have to heat it up in the morning. You can just eat it. It's really good. So if you've never tried that, definitely try that. All right. And then I'm going to share a honey lime chicken stir fry. And I also have a quinoa and chickpea salad that I'll post and throw that in the comments. So that was like really all of my really quick tips. And hey, anyone just hopping in, add your name, where you're from, and who invited you into the chat. So I'm going to save the chat, and that's how I'm going to do giveaways. Because I said, oh, if you hop on, you'll get entered. I'm like, how am I gonna do this? So that's how we're gonna do it. All right. So I want to know from anyone what questions you have in terms of nutrition, in terms of anything at all. If anybody wants to unmute, if anybody wants to post in the comments, the caption, less mushy. If you don't like overnight oats, I would say probably just make it fresh. And because overnight oats are going to be mushy. That just from like the texture of like the milk like breaks it down. I would say just make like your oats, or you could do steel cut oats. I've seen some people do steel cut oats, takes a little longer, but you can also do it in a crock pot and you can make more. And steel cut oats is a little bit firmer, or you could just do it in the morning that day. Or you could do like the quick oats that you could make in the microwave. I actually love taking a couple of dark chocolate chips. I love, Emily, there's so many overnight oats recipes on the Body blog. I can share that in the group. Literally just type in like protein overnight oats, and you'll find where they're either adding Greek yogurt or Shakeology to it. Or if you find another recipe that they have like, oh, and a protein powder, super simple. I just throw Shakeology is my protein powder I use for everything. But I love to do a couple chocolate chips and then peanut butter and then strawberries and then chia seeds. So it's like peanut butter, chocolate, and then I've got strawberries. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I love that. Okay. Is there any other questions I missed? Because I was totally not hopping in there. Meal plans, samples. What do you mean like the recipes? Raul is a green. If your pasta sauce ever has sugar in the label, it is a purple container. Purple is our fruit, and that's how it's labeled. If it is like Raoul's or something that is no sugar added and it's just carrots, it's a green container. Yeah, steel cut overnight oats. All right, so let me I guess I could do a screen share. Best pasta sauce to buy. Raoul's is what I use. RAO. Maybe there's an S at the end. You can find that just about anyways. But if you look at the ingredients, you just want to see something that doesn't have sugar. But basically what you can, does Body have air fryer recipes? Yes, there's a ton in there. And if you guys are, we've got a couple different groups here, but we can kind of compile some recipes and throw some things together. If you want to ask what you want recipe wise, throw it in the chat, and then we'll put some stuff together this week and we'll share in our groups for you guys. But yeah, you just go to the, if you go to teambeachbody.com, if you're already a member, and you don't even have to be a member to access the blog recipes. Some of the weekly meal plans and the extra member recipes are there. You get more, but even if you're not, you go to teambeachbody.com, you log in, maybe you have a free account, maybe you've purchased, then you go to nutrition and you can find all of the recipes there. There's a Fixate cooking show there. You can find like blog recipes. You can find a weekly meal plan there. And there's so many different meal plans where you can literally print it out. It's going to tell you exactly what to eat based off of what container bracket you fall in for the Portion Fix. So if you're brand spanking new, you put in your weight to figure out what container block you're in. Instead of counting calories, you're counting colors, and you know how many containers of each. And you're essentially just using those as a measuring cup. Didn't hear of sheet pan recipes until now. Oh, it's so nice. It's so easy. And then to go to find the sample meal plans on Body or how to search recipes. All right. Well, let me pull it up on my computer. I was like telling myself all day, you need to look up and see how to do it on your computer, because I always access it from my phone. So let me hopefully not sound like an idiot and share my screen and hopefully figure out how to do it from my computer. All right, so let me share my screen. While I'm doing this, can anyone like ask any questions or give any tips? Unmute yourself, because I got to log in and grab these. Anyone take the floor? Would love that. Just click on the PDF icon. Okay. Nutrition. Nobody wants to talk. Oh yeah, and drinking half of your body weight in ounces is, who am I logged into? Oh, my best friend had me change her order for her today. So that's who I'm logged in as.
I printed a whole bunch of the meal plans from the To Be Mindset, and it gives you, the menu. And if you just go into the search bar on Body and you type in any of those, it'll bring up the recipes.
Okay, sweet.
That's how I look up a lot of my recipes. I print out all the menus, but just to find the recipes, I just search it on the search.
Oh, nice.
part.
Okay. All right, so we've got nutrition. So no programs. Nutrition.
Okay, I'll jump on while you're searching. Sorry, that was me asking you to do that, but only because I couldn't share my screen. And I think it's so helpful to be able to see it. But I think whoever just commented, like sometimes you look at the meal plans and it is very overwhelming. There's like a grocery list and there's 1,000 different meal options. And, it's cool if you feel like following a meal plan to a T, but it's also cool to just look at a meal plan and like get some ideas, even if you don't follow it exactly. And even if you just want to pick and choose some certain days, sometimes people just have trouble visualizing, like, what does a day of eating in Portion Fix look like? And so I think that's super helpful to just see like some examples of here's what a day can look like or what a week can look like and how you can repurpose some of your things. And so even if you're not into like, oh God, I don't want to do that because I don't like every one of those meals, you don't have to love every meal on there. But it can give you some really great ideas. And then Lori, like you said, you just, find a recipe that it lists and then you type that into the search bar and then up pops that recipe and you can view the PDF. So April, if you can't find it, I wouldn't worry about it. But I just thought if you had it quick and handy to like show people kind of where to navigate to.
I don't know. I know it's my computer and my Wi-Fi has been weird, but it didn't show me as logged in. So now I got it. Okay. So yeah, I just went to nutrition and then I went to Portion Fix and then they have like so many different recipes. So I did, what did I follow the last time I printed one out? I did protein lovers because my goal is building muscle. So I'm always trying to like prioritize protein. Okay, so here is so cool. So now it has for whichever bracket you fall in, it has all of them. So if you're in A, here it is. There's the recipe, the grocery list. Okay, and then so say you're in B. Now it gives you your container count because as you're in a different container, or you're in a different bracket, you've got different container counts. So it's got, here's your breakfast for day one, and here's here's the containers, here's your snacks, and it switches it up, and it has all of your containers and everything right there. Notes tells you tips on how to make it. Look, Fixate recipes can be found at beachbodyondemand.com. So all of those are there, and you guys can also have access to those recipes at beachbodyondemand.com. And then it also gives you a grocery list. So I was able to do this, take it to my fridge, freezer, and pantry, cross out anything I already had, and go to the store, and boom. So that was super helpful. Any other questions? I just love how simple this is. It's like, it tells you what to do and you do it. Where did my chat go? I don't know. Oh, there it is. Okay, I don't see any other questions, so I am just going to roll right into it. I had a couple of you also ask about, you know, what we do as partners and coaches. And so if you just want to continue the conversation and just kind of see how you can earn girls trips with us, how you can get your products paid for, we're not gonna spam you. We're not gonna make you commit to anything, but here's the deal. If you struggle with accountability, one thing that has really been helpful to me is knowing that, hey, you know what? I've got some friends that are doing this with me. I can't sit on the couch and eat Oreos today. Like, they're counting on me. I got to do this. So my sister, my big sister, she joined us, and she joined us as a coach, and then she lost 111 pounds. She did it for the accountability. She did it for the, to get some of her products paid for, and she did it for the community. So I just like to point that out, that if it is something that you've ever crossed your mind, like, yeah, you know what, I would love to not spend the money on myself, but I do love these products. So if I can help a couple people, we can be accountability buddies, that would be great. And that's essentially all it is. We are not going to require you to do anything, build a team, any of those things. A lot of times people end up falling in love with the business, and that happens organically. But say you're just like, hey, I want to do this. I have a couple friends that we used to go to the gym together, or we used to keep each other accountable for workouts. Maybe they'll want to do this with me too. And then you can just start like a little text thread or message pod thread. And then you guys are like, all right, here's my workout. How did you guys do? And you're essentially like, for selfish reasons, can be like, I need a squad. I need some accountability. Like, let's get some people to join me. And guess what? Do you think most people that you are friends with want to feel better about themselves? They want to feel more confident in their skin, and they have some type of health goal to reach. I'm pretty sure that's like every single person you know. Okay. And unless they're like, you know, the fittest of the fit, they've got all of their stuff together. But also, guess what? I have my master's in clinical exercise physiology. I taught fitness classes. I personal trained for years. And guess what else? I love having someone tell me what to do. Okay. I love it so much that I have a personal trainer in my living room, because yes, I can make my plan, but it's a lot easier for Joel to be like, April, go do this. And I'm like, okay, I got this. Actually, he's not saying my name, but I love that. Okay. And then the other part is that we just have a lot of fun. We're actually doing a push group with us right now. We're doing it for prizes, for giveaway. And we're just like trying to help as many of our friends like have fun doing this with us. And we're helping them to learn to love the skin that they're in by providing tools that we have had great success with. So I think a lot of times we overcomplicate it, and you think, oh my gosh, I don't want to be that girl on our newsfeed. Yeah, we don't either. We just want to inspire and encourage other people. And we want to show you that there's a way to do that, to make an income while making an impact. And if you ever have any questions, just reach out to the person that invited you. Because we do have trips you can join us for. We just did in June, we went to Texas for an awesome girls trip in San Antonio. We do that once a year. We're actually going back to San Antonio next year. We have retreats and things that we do where we go and we have a good time. We have calls just like this where we hop on Zoom together and we chat with each other and we connect, and they are the first people to lift you up when you have had a hard day, and they are the first people to celebrate you when you have a success. And I just want to invite you to that, because everybody needs like the positive squad in your corner. So yeah, honestly, I can't imagine my life without it. If you want to throw in the chat, if you're a partner coach, we were coaches, now we're partners. I've been saying coach for like 9 years. So I kind of still say whatever, but I just think about it. It was like, do you go to Amazon and you're like, you buy something like my chopper. I love my chopper. I'm always talking about it. People are like, oh, where's that? I'm like, yeah, here's the link. Fine. It's on Amazon. I love it. Okay. So like, if you can do that, you can do this. It's the same thing. And people are like, oh, where did you get those containers? Oh my gosh, here's the link. You got to do this with me. We can do this. and we'll help you with that. Okay. So if you can tell somebody about a restaurant that you had great atmosphere, food was awesome, it was great, you can tell somebody about this. So that's all I'm saying. And guess what? The restaurant doesn't pay you. Amazon pays you what? I think like, I don't know. I am an Amazon affiliate and I send links all the time. And I think I've maybe made $10 in like 5 years. I don't know. But I think it's like 7% or something. So you make 25 to 40% commission just by sharing what you love. And you have a community and you have a chance for traveling and girls trips. So, yeah. Okay, great. Favorite veggie jobber. Yes. I have heard Pampered Chef is a good one too. But yeah, on my Instagram, I have it all linked. It's like it's got a container and then you can change out what type of thing you want and you just chop it all and then it goes into the container. And then I take all my veggies and I just throw them in my skillet for my stir fry. So yeah, it's like 10 minutes. Changing coaches and partner. So what I would say is like, I've had people that have switched from me to somebody else. I've had people that have switched from somebody else to me. I typically want to say this. I never want to step on anybody's toes. I never want to be like, hey, I'm taking all applicants of people that are currently working with coaches and I would like you to work with me. That is not how I work my business. But I will say that it is your choice of who you get to work with. And if you feel more connected or something to somebody else, then you can reach out to the coach or partner that invited you and they can give you some of those details. But I just like to say, make sure that you're reaching out. If you are with somebody, maybe reach out to them. Do they have a group? Are they running one? Or if you're really feeling connected with somebody else, it is 100% your choice. So, anything else I missed? If I'm a coach and want to go to someone else, do I lose my coaching? That is a great question. You can pop that into whoever invited you and just start a conversation if you need me with any help or anything like that. You guys can chat about that. There's a couple of different options there. But yeah, I am excited about this. I am going to go actually hard boil some eggs. I have rotisserie chicken for my chicken salad for lunch tomorrow. I'm going to make my stir fry tomorrow. And I have honestly, I have some chicken nuggets in my fridge that we didn't finish up today that I'll probably just pop in the air fryer and throw on a chicken salad or something, another day or something like that. I'm not perfect. I try my best. That's all you can do. We still have great results. So anyways, thank you guys so much for hopping on. If you need anything or have anything specific, just reach out to the coach partner that invited you. And if you want to join us, we would love to have you. So bye guys.